Joe, do you startle easily?
Well, it depends, man. Like, I enjoy scary movies, but like if it's one of those like villain comes around the corner, I don't get scared. But if someone like comes around the corner at my own home, then I'm like very startled.
I gotcha. So like, if I were to be standing behind you and you didn't really know I was there, and I blew a whistle, let's just say so loud that every player in a stadium that is full of fans would be able to hear that whistle, do you think you would react in some kind of way?
The fuck? I mean, that's probably the best way I could react. I feel like that'd be so piercing the eardrum that like either I would react in that way or just like fall over into the ground.
I think that's a very reasonable response. I think it is important that I say, Joe, you have no clue what's coming next, correct?
I do not.
No spoilers, but you're going to relate to somebody in this story very much. But before we get there, it's important to run through a certain part of the rule book that governs football in Europe.
Let's hear it.
There's a specific area of both the yellow card and the red card offenses that I want to key in on, and it's about the use of language during a match. So for a yellow card, it states that a player is cautioned and shown the yellow card if they commit dissent by word or action. And on the red card side, it says that a player will be sent off if they use offensive, insulting, or abusive language and or gestures.
My thing is with the gestures, I feel like the Italian teams have to get like screwed over so many times with all of these, right? Like,
there's some things that just look offensive.
Right.
Unfortunately for gestures and language, there's no list of examples included, because if there was, I think that would become like immediately the greatest part of any rule book we've ever come across. I feel like it just comes down to the discretion of referees. But here's where we get back to the question of how one would reasonably respond if a very loud whistle went off right behind him. Because based on how a referee feels about language, it can completely change a player's day. And that directly ties into what would become the earliest red card ever given.
I have a feeling where this is going.
Yeah, we won't drag it out. There's this guy, Lee Todd. Hey. He was playing in the Somerset County League. This was in October of 2000. So his team has a match. They're all set up. They're ready to go. The referee blows his whistle to start the match, and he is standing directly behind this guy, Lee Todd. Lee Todd, startled by the whistle, says, "Fuck me, that was loud." And the ref immediately pulls out his red card and sends him off.
Me and Lee Todd are the same, man. See,
yeah,
I was
dude.
Earlier. That was damn near my exact same reaction. I like this Lee dude.
I was like, holy shit, is Joe been in my Google Doc? Like, that was all it took. Apparently, he wasn't facing the ref. He had the whistle blow, and he, like, bent down, and he just said, "Fuck me, that was loud," and everyone thought it was a joke. He described himself as gobsmacked, which is great. All of his teammates were laughing as he walked off, and the ref was just like, "Yeah, man, that's how we do it."
I feel like there's got to be some sort of like room to wiggle within that rule. Because like if a dude is standing right next to me and blows a whistle directly into my ear, I'm going to have the exact same reaction as Mr. Todd had. That's ridiculous.
100%. And he even said that after the match. He was like, anyone would have done that in my situation. Like, I'm not trying to give the referee benefit of the doubt, but like if I was in his shoes, the only reason I would have that response is if I was just really trying to cover up the dick move I just pulled of blasting a whistle into some dude's ear.
Right. Maybe the ref like tried to do one of those things where maybe he pulled off a fart right before he blew the whistle, you know, so no one could hear him riffing ass and like didn't realize how close he was. I think that was that ref's plan for sure. Absolutely.
Lee Todd, you are banished from my match, and man, you sure smell bad. Definitely you. Right. Definitely not me, the referee.
Not me.
So yeah, his team had to play down a man for all but 2 seconds of the match.
That's absurd. I understand why he was gobsmacked.
Yeah, right.
Also, he had to be sitting on that all day until after the presser to be like, I was gobsmacked, guys. Like I can't believe it.
I wonder also if he had a much stronger word to describe it, but was like, shit, man, I already got kicked out for swearing. I better stick with something a little more PG and like gobsmacked.
Just hit the thesaurus immediately and found every single word he could
Synonyms
use.
for pissed off, yeah.
Right.
His manager after the game was like, yeah, players should be sent off for like swearing at the ref, but also referees should use a bit of common sense.
I really don't understand the positioning of the ref directly next to a player and be like, you know what? Let's start the game. This is a great idea. I'm going to stand as close as possible to this dude and just blow this thing right in his ear.
Now, it is worth noting that his team still won 11-2.
Whoa. Hold on, wait a second. So they were down a man within 2 seconds of the game, and they still went on to win 11-2?
Maybe it is like getting some in-game bulletin board material from the referee.
They're like, do this for Lee. The ref fucked up his eardrum. Do it for Lee. He's just on the sideline holding his ear the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. Please, we need this win.
He also got fined 27 pounds, which is the equivalent in 2022 to like $60, which is an amount of money that is like, it's not much.
It's annoying, though.
It's an annoying amount of money. He also was suspended for 35 days, which...
Okay, come on now.
It feels like such a just basic statement that fits the moment that also is hard to have any response to other than like, that's funny.
Right, yeah, like it's just the most absurd thing that could possibly happen literally within the first 2 seconds of a match.
I went into this knowing that I felt like Lee Todd had a perfectly reasonable response. Never was I expecting to get such confirmation as you saying nearly verbatim what his response actually was.
I mean, dude, I don't know how anyone else could respond in that situation. Like I said, I stand with Lee.
Justice for Lee.
Justice for Lee.
If you also would like justice for Lee, and by Lee I mean me, and by me I mean Secret Base, and I guess I don't really mean justice, what I'm trying to say is if you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use promo code SECRETBASE, that would be really great. We've partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook on this video, so I get to tell you that new customers can bet just $5 on any pro basketball team to win and get $150 in free bets instantly. It's that simple. And we've made it even more simple by putting the link in the video description down below, so take that technology. If basketball's over, no worries. They've got tons of deals going on constantly. You can also do same-game parlays to try and win even bigger payouts. If DraftKings Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, DraftKings also has huge daily fantasy contests to make sure you're covered. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use promo code SECRETBASE, bet just $5 on any pro basketball team to win, and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code SECRETBASE at DraftKings Sportsbook, new customers only, and if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. We'll see you soon.